Welcome back to GH Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the issue brewing between Drew Quartermaine and Willow Corinthos, a relationship that appears to be heading toward an inevitable collision with heartbreak and betrayal. The facade of trust. Willow Corinthos has placed her complete faith in Drew Quartermaine, viewing him as her unwavering champion and protector in a world filled with uncertainty. Their relationship has blossomed into what appears to be a strong bond of mutual respect and admiration, with Willow recently making the significant decision to share a living space with Drew. This development came after she staunchly defended him against concerns raised by Carly Spencer, demonstrating her unwavering loyalty to a man she believes deserves her trust. "Drew has always been there for me when I needed someone most," Willow might say, her eyes shining with the conviction of someone who believes they've found their person. "When everyone else doubted him, I knew in my heart he was different." The foundation of their relationship seems solid on the surface, built on moments of connection and shared experiences that have drawn them closer together. Willow's defense of Drew against his critics has only strengthened their bond, creating what she believes to be an unbreakable alliance against the doubters and naysayers in Port Charles. Beneath the surface. However, beneath Drew's carefully constructed facade lies a man whose moral compass has become increasingly compromised. What began as small compromises has evolved into a pattern of deception that threatens to destroy not only his relationship with Willow but potentially many other connections throughout Port Charles. Drew's transformation from upstanding citizen to manipulative schemer didn't happen overnight. It began with seemingly justifiable decisions, choices made in the name of self-preservation or protection. But as is often the case with moral compromises, one led to another, creating a slippery slope that has drastically altered his character. The man who once stood for integrity now employs underhanded tactics to achieve his objectives, showing an alarming disregard for the collateral damage left in his wake. His deception of Jason Morgan regarding an alibi was perhaps the first significant red flag, a moment when Drew chose self-interest over honesty, setting a precedent for future betrayals. A web of deception. Drew's current predicament involves a complex blackmail scheme targeting Dr. Portia Robinson, a situation directly stemming from his questionable dealings with notorious mob boss Selena Wu. This entanglement represents just one thread in an increasingly tangled web of deception that threatens to ensnare Drew completely. The blackmail situation with Portia is becoming untenable, Drew might confide to a confidant in a moment of rare honesty. "But I'm in too deep to back out now." His association with Selena Wu has placed him in a precarious position, forcing him to make choices that further compromise his integrity. Each decision seems to pull him deeper into a world of manipulation and deceit, creating a dangerous spiral from which escape becomes increasingly difficult. The pressure of maintaining these deceptions has begun to affect Drew's behavior, making him more defensive, secretive, and prone to lashing out, changes that haven't gone entirely unnoticed by those closest to him, including Willow herself. The ultimate betrayal. Yet among all Drew's secrets, one stands out as particularly devastating: his past romantic entanglement with Nina Reeves, who happens to be Willow's biological mother. This shocking connection represents a betrayal on multiple levels, violating not only the trust between Drew and Willow but also potentially damaging the fragile mother-daughter relationship that Willow and Nina have only recently begun to build. The circumstances surrounding this affair remain shrouded in mystery. Perhaps it occurred during a period of vulnerability for both Drew and Nina, or maybe it represented a calculated move on Drew's part. Regardless of the context, the revelation of this secret liaison would undoubtedly devastate Willow, who has placed such complete trust in both Drew and, more recently, in her newfound mother. "There are some lines you don't cross," a Port Charles resident might observe. Getting involved with your girlfriend's mother is definitely one of them. The inevitable revelation. As with all secrets in Port Charles, the truth about Drew's affair with Nina seems destined to emerge. The writers of General Hospital have several potential avenues to explore, each offering different degrees of dramatic impact and emotional fallout. Nina might choose to reveal the truth herself, perhaps in a moment of guilt or during a confrontation with Drew. Alternatively, Willow could discover the secret accidentally, overhearing a private conversation, finding incriminating evidence, or being informed by a third party who believes she deserves to know the truth. The revelation could come at a particularly vulnerable moment for Willow, perhaps when she's already questioning other aspects of Drew's behavior or when she's finally beginning to form a meaningful connection with Nina. The timing would only amplify the betrayal, making the discovery all the more devastating. The cruel words. When the truth finally emerges and Willow confronts Drew with his betrayal, the man who once claimed to love her might deliver a devastating 6-word message designed to inflict maximum emotional damage: "Your mom was better in bed." This cruel statement would serve multiple purposes from Drew's perspective. It would hurt Willow deeply, satisfying any desire for revenge he might harbor if she's the one who exposed his other deceptions. It would also potentially drive a permanent wedge between Willow and Nina, destroying their newly formed bond and isolating Willow from a potential source of support. The calculated cruelty of such a statement would reveal the true extent of Drew's transformation, showing how completely he has abandoned the principles and compassion that once defined him. In that moment, Willow would finally see the real Drew Quartermain, not the champion she believed in, but the antagonist he has become. The aftermath. The fallout from such a revelation would be far-reaching, affecting not only Drew and Willow but rippling through their connections throughout Port Charles. Willow would be left to grapple with a double betrayal from both her partner and her mother, potentially pushing her toward isolation or driving her back to her ex-husband Michael Corinthos. Nina would face the consequences of her actions as well, potentially losing the daughter she fought so hard to connect with. The revelation might also affect Nina's other relationships, particularly with Sonny Corinthos, who has his own complicated history with both Nina and the Corinthos family. As for Drew, the exposure of his deceptions could mark a point of no return, cementing his transformation from hero to villain in the eyes of Port Charles society. His business dealings, personal relationships, and standing in the community would all be jeopardized, potentially pushing him toward even more desperate and destructive actions. In the world of General Hospital, such dramatic revelations often serve as catalysts for new storylines and character evolutions. The question remains, will Drew find redemption after his fall from grace, or will he embrace his darker nature completely? Only time and the writers will tell. Next, we will learn about the issue surrounding Nancy Lee Grahn's latest social media controversy and her ongoing political commentary that has both delighted fans and sparked heated debates across the General Hospital viewership. The divided fan response. What do you think about Nancy Lee Grahn's satirical meme targeting both Elon Musk and former President Donald Trump? The controversial image has certainly ignited passionate responses from across the political spectrum. While some viewers find her political humor refreshing and necessary in today's polarized climate, others believe actors should separate their personal political views from their professional personas. Nancy's willingness to speak her mind is exactly what we need more of in Hollywood, commented one supporter on her Instagram post. Too many celebrities stay silent on important issues out of fear of alienating fans. The meme in question, depicting a map with Gulf of SpaceX debris labeled where the Gulf of Mexico would normally appear, represents more than just a quick joke. It symbolizes the intersection of environmental concerns, political commentary, and corporate accountability that Grahn frequently addresses in her social media presence. The reference to Trump's alleged Gulf of America renaming, a satirical claim that has circulated in political humor, adds another layer of political commentary to her post. Critics argue that such politically charged content alienates conservative viewers who might otherwise enjoy her performance as Alexis Davis. I've watched General Hospital for decades, but I'm getting tired of actors pushing their politics on fans, wrote one dissenting follower. Can't we just enjoy the show without the political lectures? This tension between an actor's right to personal expression and viewers' desire for politically neutral entertainment continues to define much of the discourse around celebrities with outspoken political views. The debate raises important questions about the responsibilities of public figures and the boundaries between their professional and personal lives. Environmental concerns and public safety. The environmental impact of SpaceX's rocket failures has become a significant point of contention among environmentalists and space exploration enthusiasts alike. When one of Grahn's followers commented, "Yeah, no kidding. All is failed billion-dollar toys falling apart in mid-air dropping SHT in the oceans." Sickening, they highlighted growing concerns about space debris and marine pollution resulting from failed launches. Environmental scientists have increasingly voiced concerns about the potential long-term effects of rocket components and fuel residue in marine ecosystems. Dr. Marina Cortez, a marine biologist specializing in pollution impacts, explains, "When rockets fail and debris falls into ocean environments, we're not just talking about physical pollution. The specialized fuels and materials used in aerospace technology can introduce complex chemical compounds into sensitive marine ecosystems." Beyond environmental concerns, public safety issues have also emerged following recent SpaceX incidents. The Associated Press report referenced in Grahn's post highlighted that the explosion occurred dangerously close to a commercial aircraft carrying hundreds of passengers. Aviation safety experts have questioned whether sufficient protocols are in place to protect commercial air traffic during rocket launches and tests. The proximity of the explosion to an airplane carrying between 200 to 300 passengers represents a serious safety concern that deserves regulatory attention, notes former FAA safety inspector Jonathan Reynolds. The potential for catastrophic consequences cannot be overlooked in our enthusiasm for space exploration. These safety concerns have prompted calls for increased oversight of private space companies, with critics suggesting that the relationship between regulatory agencies and the companies they oversee has become too cozy, a point Grahn seems to reference with her comment about Musk controlling the FAA. Consistent political activism. Nancy Lee Grahn's political outspokenness extends far beyond this single post about SpaceX. The veteran actress has established herself as one of daytime television's most politically engaged performers, consistently using her platform to advocate for progressive causes and criticize conservative politicians and policies. Her self-identification as an activist in her social media profiles reflects a deliberate choice to merge her public persona with her political convictions. Unlike some celebrities who maintain careful political neutrality to avoid alienating fans, Grahn has embraced her role as a progressive voice within the entertainment industry. "I believe that having a platform comes with responsibility," Grahn stated in a 2022 interview with Progressive Entertainment Weekly. "When you have the privilege of public attention, using that solely for self-promotion feels morally insufficient to me. I want to use whatever influence I have to advocate for causes I believe make the world better." This commitment to activism was tested following the previous election results, when Grahn reportedly experienced a period of despondency and disappointment. According to sources close to the actress, she briefly considered stepping back from public political commentary after feeling overwhelmed by the political climate. "Nancy went through a really difficult time after the election," reveals a longtime friend who requested anonymity. "She genuinely feared for the direction of the country and questioned whether her voice was making any difference. But that's not who she is. Staying silent has never been an option for her." True to form, Grahn's period of political withdrawal proved short-lived. She soon returned to her outspoken advocacy, perhaps with even greater determination. Her willingness to pick up the cudgels again demonstrates a resilience that resonates with her like-minded followers, who view her persistence as inspirational rather than merely entertaining. The SpaceX controversy. The specific incident that prompted Grahn's satirical map involved a significant failure of SpaceX's Starship rocket earlier this month. The massive spacecraft, designed as part of Musk's ambitious Mars colonization plans, experienced catastrophic failure during a test flight, resulting in an explosion and debris scattering across a wide area. This wasn't the first setback for SpaceX's Starship program. The company has experienced multiple test failures, though Musk and SpaceX representatives consistently frame these incidents as valuable learning experiences rather than concerning setbacks. Rapid unscheduled disassembly, as Musk sometimes euphemistically describes explosions, has become almost expected in the development process. Aerospace engineer Dr. Samantha Reeves explains, while test failures are indeed part of aerospace development, the frequency and scale of these incidents raise legitimate questions about SpaceX's approach to iterative design. The fail-fast philosophy borrowed from software development doesn't necessarily translate seamlessly to rocket science, where each failure can have significant environmental and safety implications. The incident that caught Grahn's attention was particularly noteworthy because of its proximity to commercial air traffic. According to air traffic monitoring services, a passenger aircraft was within concerning distance of the explosion, prompting questions about coordination between SpaceX and aviation authorities. The Federal Aviation Administration subsequently launched an investigation into the incident, though critics, including Grahn, apparently have questioned whether the agency maintains sufficient independence from the companies it regulates. Her comment that Musk is controlling the FAA reflects a broader concern about regulatory capture in the aerospace industry. Entertainment industry politics. Nancy Lee Grahn isn't alone in her criticism of Musk and Trump from within the entertainment industry. Hollywood has long maintained a reputation for progressive politics, with numerous actors, directors, and producers regularly voicing opposition to conservative politicians and policies. What distinguishes Grahn, however, is the consistency and frequency of her political commentary. While many celebrities offer occasional political statements or endorsements during election seasons, Grahn has integrated political advocacy into her daily public persona. This approach has earned her both dedicated supporters and committed critics within the General Hospital fandom. The soap opera, which has aired on ABC since 1963, attracts a diverse viewership that spans the political spectrum. This diversity inevitably means that Grahn's outspoken progressive views will resonate with some viewers while alienating others. Entertainment industry analyst Rebecca Martinez observes, daytime television has traditionally maintained a more politically neutral public image than primetime or film. The daily presence of soap actors in viewers' homes creates a unique parasocial relationship that can make political disagreements feel more personal and jarring. Despite this potential for viewer alienation, ABC has generally supported its actors' right to personal expression outside their professional roles. The network has not publicly commented on Grahn's political statements, seemingly adopting the position that her social media presence represents her personal views rather than those of the network or the show. The meme that speaks volumes. The Instagram post that captured attention on March 8 featured no caption from Grahn, just the altered map with Gulf of SpaceX debris prominently displayed. This minimalist approach to political commentary demonstrates Grahn's understanding of social media's visual impact, allowing the image to convey her criticism without additional explanation. The meme's dual targets, both Musk and Trump, reflect Grahn's consistent opposition to figures she perceives as representing regressive politics or irresponsible corporate behavior. By connecting Trump's alleged Gulf of America comment, a reference to nationalist rhetoric around immigration and border policies, with Musk's rocket failures, The meme creates a narrative linking nationalism with corporate irresponsibility. Media studies professor Dr. James Wilson explains, political memes function as compressed arguments. They condense complex political positions into easily digestible visual content. Grahn's map effectively communicates multiple criticisms simultaneously: environmental concerns, corporate accountability issues, and nationalist politics, all in a single image. The response to the meme was predictably divided along political lines. Supporters flooded the comments with clapping hands emoji and laughter, celebrating what they viewed as a clever takedown of controversial public figures. Critics, meanwhile, either expressed disappointment in Grahn's political focus or defended Musk's space exploration efforts as necessary for scientific advancement despite occasional setbacks. One particularly enthusiastic supporter commented, "Okay, this map really made me laugh," capturing the sentiment of fans who appreciate Grahn's willingness to use humor as a vehicle for political commentary. This response demonstrates how political humor can strengthen bonds between like-minded individuals, creating community through shared values and perspectives. Alexis Davis versus Nancy Lee Grahn. The contrast between Nancy Lee Grahn and her General Hospital character Alexis Davis presents an interesting case study in the relationship between actors and their roles. While Grahn is outspokenly progressive and politically engaged, Alexis Davis, a brilliant attorney with a complicated personal life, rarely addresses explicit political issues on the show. This separation allows viewers who might disagree with Grahn's politics to still enjoy her performance as Alexis. The character's professional ethics, family loyalty, and personal struggles remain relatable across political divides, even as the actress herself takes strong political positions off-screen.